sliding down Glenwood with your nigga. How you
He
know?
had it fucking fuck Glenwood.
Put that old on that bitch. You can't be saying that on the motherfucking camera.
Fuck Glenwood.
She might got too much to drink because if she said fuck Glenwood, she need to be saying
it's so hot.
that little. Don't listen to her. If you want a rich nigga, go on Glenwood. Don't be fucking on nigga from the West, hoe. You gonna go broke. Fucking a nigga from the West, you gonna go broke, hoe. He looking for a house. Name a big house on the West. Name a mansion on the West. Name a 5-bedroom house on the West.
Damn.
You can't.
Damn.
Put Jada in the car. Greek in the car. Don't put Jada in the camera. She ain't on the East. She ain't had no East dick yet. And she had a real East Side OG. She wouldn't be talking about that. She fucking need little
I'm just letting you know.
These little West Side niggas ain't talking about nothing. They can't give you nothing but a switch being in my car. We sliding down Glenwood with your nigga. How you know?
Hey yo, y ahí hijo menos negros, black men, what's happening? What I said was, what's up, black men? Yo, it's so funny, right? Looking at this video, because I think back, when I was living in Atlanta, that was the average. That's what dudes are coming across on average. Now, I'm not sure the age of those women had to be somewhere between like 21 and about 26. And when you look at that, I'm like, damn, that's really the quality you're going to get there in Atlanta. I mean, they were talking about dealing with guys from the east side and guys from the west side. The kind of guys they're talking about, like the way how Atlanta's set up, the kind of guys they're talking about are the guys who stand in front of the gas station. Okay, you might come across one, maybe two guys that probably really have some motion. Again, street guys. Women like them. Yo, come on, black men. First of all, look at the first one. She was covered in tattoos, right? To the far left. Covered in tattoos, big hoop earrings, pink hair. I know women like to do the colored hair thing sometimes. I understand red, not even orange. Like, only one that kind of really made the scene and stuck was the red hair. Pink? Come on, black man. Pink? How often are you really seeing females with pink hair? Again, that's not trying to be different. That's not trying to be diverse. That's just ratchet. That's just ratchet. And again, look at how she's screaming, yelling. I made a video a while ago about this other chick from Atlanta. I'm not going to lie to you. Atlanta probably has to have the worst batch of black women. I think that's actually comparable with like Baltimore, New York City. Yeah, 100%. Like, I think out of all cities in America, Baltimore, New York City, and Atlanta probably has to have the worst black women. Oh, and Florida, the whole state of Florida probably has to have the worst batch of. Matter of fact, hold on. How could I forget Louisiana, Mississippi? Honestly, again, let's just keep it on Atlanta. She's talking about West Side dudes, East Side dudes. I mean, come on, black men. Look at the quality. Look at the quality. Look at the weave. Look at the wigs. Look at the forced baby hair. The yelling, the screaming. You feel me? You outside drinking, ratchet, just ghetto. It's nasty work down there, black man. And here's the reality. These kind of women are what black men are with on average. Yes, on average. When I was down there, let me tell you how it really plays down there. Again, a lot of dudes, you talk about, oh, I'm smashing nines. Oh, I'm smashing eights. But that's you who's having a hard time. Yo, keep it a stack. I was in a black city for a decade. I saw what I saw for a decade. Black men. Again, we're talking. Listen, I'm gonna start with 65% simp. When it comes to the guys who are simps, these guys are not getting top quality. I saw the black women who were, of a higher tier. I'm gonna say at least starting at a 6. Most black men, the perceived simp, these guys were not with 6s. No way. No way, sir. These guys were not with no 6s, bro. Okay? When it came to black men who were the perceived simp, black men who were put in a category as backup plan, as stepdad, as somebody who doesn't deserve to have anything good. Listen, these guys are with 2s, 3s, 4s. What's a 2, 3, and a 4? All right. 2, she's just big and chopped. Big and chopped. Okay, right? 3, big, probably has a cute voice. You can maybe see a little bit of the bone structure underneath all the fat. She's one of the females. All right, she might be, she's big, but the bigness have some kind of curve to it. You know what I'm saying? Black men love that right there. 3s. Most black men are with 3s. Again, she's curvy, but she's big. She got extra stomach, but all right, she might have a big ass, but she's big. You can't see her collarbone. Her fingers look like sausages. I mean, she's big. Again, maybe she lost some weight, a lot of weight. She'll go from a 3 to like a 5, but the reality is she's a 3, right? All right, then you have the 4s. The 4s, maybe she's petite, slim, or maybe she's thick and the face really isn't all that, right? I've said in multiple videos, I give females pretty fair ratings, right? Black men, you factor in ass. I don't factor in ass. We're looking at straight face and nothing but face. That's how I know, you black men, I'm really believing black men just have low standards. Either low standards or just low quality. I believe it's low standards because again, most people understand, attraction. Most people understand, again, people say beauty's in the eye of the beholder. All right, cool. I'll let you guys have that, right? But let's ask yourself this. These black men who are with these chicks, right? If you take away the fact that she has ass, you guys wouldn't pick her. Because what? You're rating her off the face. So that's how you know most of these black men, again, I also think this. Because black men have been trained, because this is a learned thing right here, right? Black men have been trained to go for low quality because black women, from the beginning, they are making these adjustments, right? They're making these adjustments in the dynamic between us. See, a lot of dudes, you don't want low quality, but you've been trained to accept low quality because you believe that's where you stand when it comes to them. Hence why whenever I see black men with non-black women, these women always look better than what I saw black men with, right? And I'm like, damn. Again, these dudes aren't bagging 10-10s from another group. I'm not saying a black man couldn't do it. I'm just saying she's probably not a 10-10. But when you compare that to what dudes have from the group, I'm like, oh, nah, it's no way. It's no way. And again, in a city that's considered to be the black Mecca, black Hollywood, black excellence. Listen, why don't you see black men in these power couples? Hold on, let's talk about that, right? She's talking about who get more money, East Side dudes or West Side dudes. She's not talking about brothers who went to college. Because guess what? Even females like her, yes, they're on Clark Atlanta University campus. They're on Spelman's campus. They're on Georgia State campus. They're on not Georgia Tech. Hell no. They're on Kennesaw State campus. They're on Clayton State campus. You feel me? These kind of females, they live. Listen, she was talking about Glenwood. right? That's on the east side, right? She's talking about the west side, Bankhead. Listen, you know what kind of guys hang around those areas? Pookie, Tyrone, Glocktavius. Again, they're not talking about productive men. None of these females in this video clip was talking about productive men. Young black women from that city do not date productive black men. Those are the guys who you will see that are single, twirling his thumbs, walking with his head down. And I told you guys, they run from cities on the West Coast. They run from cities on the Midwest and the East Coast because why? When you go down to Atlanta or anywhere in the South, but we're talking about Atlanta, you have an abundance of simps. You have an abundance of simps, and guess what? You have a fully loaded roster of Glocktavius, Tyrone, and it's sick, dude. It is sick. It is sick. I'm telling you right now, if you think I'm lying, I'm not. And if I am, I'm flying. Young black women in that state under the age of 28, they are not dealing with regular dudes. I'm telling you, regular dudes are either single or they're trying to find a non-black woman. These other guys who are still trying to date them, the simps are with 4s, 3s, and if you see Glocktavius, Tyrone, it's funny how even these guys, they're not with 7s, 8s, and 9s. These guys are not with 7s, 8s, and 9s. The majority of 7s, 8s, and 9s in Atlanta, because the threshold for the beauty is so low, you know, a lot of females kind of think they're 7s, 8s, and 9s. But because, again, black men have been forced to put their standards so low, a female who is a 5 is actually crossing the threshold on because again, it depends on how you guys rank women. But in that city, it's a strange dynamic. Like, if a female is decent to look at in that city, it's guaranteed she's gonna have a bad attitude. If she has a big butt, it's guaranteed she has a bad attitude. Guaranteed, dude. You know, when it comes to them, it, it's certain things I start to attribute with the features, you know what I'm saying, with certain characteristics. Again, you already know when it comes to them, you see too much makeup, too much weave, attitude. She got ass and titties, attitude. If she's decent to look at, decent, starting at a 5 is when guys start to deal with attitude. Shorty, you're a 5. You're a 5. Relax. And I kept asking myself, why is it that brothers, listen, I've seen dudes get cheated on by 3s and 4s, get talked down to by 3s and 4s, disrespected by 3s and by 4s. The threshold is so damn low in that city, black men. Listen, I've had black men tell me to my face, I'm talking about having honest conversations. If I was you, young man, I would do everything in my power to leave that city. And listen, who was I hearing that from? Black men. Black men. There were always a few guys who were saying something different. Black men. That's what you have to listen to. If you come across a black man who is saying something different than what other black men are saying, I'm telling you, you should take his advice. The fact that one person is willing to tell you something different than what everybody else is telling you. Again, if everybody jump off the bridge, you're going to jump too. If everybody turn left, you're going to turn left too. Black men, I'm telling you, you guys don't even realize the game that's being played on you in that city. And again, that city right there, I tell you guys all the time, you have to escape the plantation. The plantations were in the South. There's a reason why, you know, when you go down there, for people who's not from the South, right? Again, I went down there, I learned real quick. If you from the West Coast, you go down to the southern states, you're gonna learn real quick. There's a certain way of thinking in the South. It's a uniform way of thinking. It's a one-track mind. You're not supposed to think outside of the box, right? Black men, it's funny how even black men you do see that come across a female that's a little bit of a quality. There's a certain dynamic between him and that woman because, one thing about them, they love that nigga plantation trauma. They hold on to it. And I realize they only interact with black men down there in that manner. I'm not saying it doesn't happen anywhere else, but particularly in the South, but specifically in the South, that buck breaking, like it's crazy. And hold on. I actually met this one black woman from another city, and you can kind of see the buck breaking in the way of thinking. Because it transfers over. I'm not sure how to explain it, but if you guys get what I'm talking about, it's something in them. It's like that buck breaking. They carry on the slave master's ways. You feel me? Like some of these women who have kids, you can just kind of tell, she buck broke her kids. Like, I know your kids are kind of defeated in a way. Anyways, I'm way off topic. I'm way off topic. But again, like I said, in that city, dude, most black men, you're getting low quality. You know, they're only dealing with hood dudes in that city. Again, that city, it's actually ran by Glocktavius and Pookies and Tyrones. That city is controlled by them. I'm telling you for a fact. I went to university, dude. I saw how brothers who were actually in college for a real degree. That's why dudes join fraternities and stuff like that, because all the guys on the college campus, you're competing against hood niggas. You feel me? All of those colleges I named, I mean, besides like two of them, but the HBCUs, guess what? They're in the hood. You're competing against Glocktavius and Tyrone, even on a college campus, black men. Again, those same chicks, yes, listen, they graduate, they get good jobs, and they're still dealing with hood dudes. I don't hold on. I'm gonna end it like this, right? I met this one shorty down there. She had a great job, her own place, nice car, all that. I'm trying to think what she did for work. It wasn't like a regular job, dude. It was a pretty good job. She had a nice place, and I knew so many women in that city, dude. When you see the guys that women pick, specifically in that city, it goes to show you this is not a joke. What I'm talking about, this is not a game. When I'm telling you, Glocktavius, Tyrone, like those are the bums. Those guys are winning. Man, listen, you wouldn't even believe me if I really went into detail. Anyways, even that chick I'm telling you about right now, she got pregnant, single mom, and I'm thinking to myself, like, you had all the opportunity in the world to get pregnant by a dude of substance, and you get pregnant by a bum. God forbid, even those dudes who are actually good dudes, good career, you stable, man, these dudes be getting table scraps. I don't know. I just don't get it sometimes. But anyways, black men, you guys can keep dealing with that. You guys can keep taking the L's. Listen, I'm going to sit back, make the content, and I'm going to laugh. Because again, you can't sit here and say, no one told you different. So when you get taken advantage of, when you get cheated on, when you get set up, you get robbed, she burns you, she divorces you, take half your stuff, when she turned your kids against you, when your kids become criminals. I mean, black men, it is what it is. When she put you on child support, right? When you marry her, hold on. Again, a guy like Russell Wilson, he better hope Sierra never divorces him, because guess what? She can put him on child support for future son. But that's something we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, black man, I'm out. Peace.